Hey, Stan's Willoway. One of the things I want to talk about, we've talked a little bit about in the past, but just wanted to bring it back up again, is our split trim and our roses. We do this to every 7 days, trim a quarter of our crop, so that we constantly have bud and beginning bloom available basically throughout the summer. So we just finished our 3rd round this year, and next week, well, midweek, we'd start the 4th round. And what we're doing is, you can see some over here that we've trimmed. This was just trimmed here. And then you can see crops that are at different stages out here. And so that's what keeps a nice, really nice rose bush for us all year long. Obviously we have the Knockout series, we have the Drift series, we have some Easy Elegance, a number of different series. We do it with all of them to keep a really nice, full looking, great plant that's not got a lot of spent flowers in it. So it's got good shelf life when it hits your store or landscape. So it's important for us. I think it makes a really nice plant. We get nice shape to them. So you can see they're pretty cookie cutter. And that's something that I like as a grower, is having consistency in the plants. That way you know you're getting something the same every time. Hi, it's Thad with Willoway Nurseries. Here talking about hay-scented ferns. We got a really nice crop, thousands of them. We've been working on building up our plan with this. One of the neat things about hay-scented ferns is that it well, obviously needs shade, but does really well. Needs a moist root system, cool, but it colonizes. So as you can see here, we've got a lot of roots on the edges here. These will actually spread out. The only thing holding it back is the pot itself. So when you plant one of these, it'll kind of fill up an area really nicely. It has this beautiful green foliage. Really relatively easy to grow. Need to site it though in a shaded, protected spot. That doesn't get a lot of like hot, dry winds to it. It really doesn't like that, but anything else, pretty easy water-wise. Hi, I'm over here with our peony crop that came out of the cooler. If you saw some episodes back, we talked about crops we put into our cooler to kind of create a split on them by keeping them dormant longer. So this crop was in the cooler for about a month and a half. We pulled it out and now it's coming. You can see it's coming up. We put some PGRs on them, kind of slow them down, but now they're getting ready to actually start blooming. So there's tons of buds on this that are already set, as you can see. And what we're coming into is our regular season crop is kind of getting to the last part. We'll show a picture of that here in a minute in the video. But I want to talk, this was kind of one of these things that we did a couple years ago, and it's been wildly successful because it's really a season extender. So when people think of peonies, they're, you know, like, oh, we're kind of finishing up, but actually really they're looking really good right now. These will be blooming for the next several weeks and really looking great. So something you might want to consider that you may not normally consider. Couldn't help but stop here today at the clematis. We've talked about it in videos. Some of the things we do with split crops. We put some actually in the cooler, so we have a cooler crop. But this is our regular crop we brought on. As you can see behind me, these Raymond Evans are really just huge bloomers, consistent, really nice. Yeah, there's a little higher price point than your traditional clematis, but this is a plant that pays you back. I think it speaks for itself on the flowering, the longevity. There's still a ton of buds coming out on these. The breeding work that they do is pretty much exceptional in my mind in clematis, and it's really they're really trying to breed for this compact clematis that blooms consistently, great colors. So there's kind of a spectrum out there. You can see Guernsey flutes. I mean, some of these are getting bigger than my palm, and just tons of flowers. I mean, every one of these you can look at has between 40 and 50 flowers on most of these. So I mean, they're all in different stages, and they're just going to keep going for a while here. So, and we'll have the season extender ones that are just came out of our cooler. They're just starting to get into some early buds. So those are a little ways out. Those will be more for like a July kind of looking like this. So, but really nice plant. You should consider it if you've never gotten any of these. I would suggest you try some and just see what you can do with it. I think it's something that brings color to the tables and looking good throughout the summer. So we've been talking a little bit about our peonies. These are the Ito series of peonies, or Japanese peonies. So one of the things that makes these a little different is their bloom's a little bit longer than the traditional peonies. I would say they last, just the flowers last a little longer. You can see there's lots of colors. We have a candy store series, and then we have some of the more traditional like Bridezilla, which is a nice yellow. But we still have a really nice selection of these. They're a little bit higher on a price point, but this is a plant, as it gets more age to it, it actually gets bigger, better, and more flowers. Really kind of takes off. These are really strong plants. They're meant to be sturdier than a traditional peony, where you see like in a peony, the flower so big it actually sometimes will pull the plant down a little bit, where these stems are a lot stronger and hold that flower up better. So a little better display. It's just one of the differences between the two. It's not that the regular peonies don't have good stem strength, it's just that sometimes the flowers overwhelm the stem. So really nice collection. There's several different varieties we have through here. They have all kinds of different colors to them. So yellows, some colors you can't traditionally get in the regular peonies. So it's worth taking a look at. I think it's a great plant, fairly easy to grow in the garden. Not a lot to it. You put it in, it comes back every year. It's trimmed down in the spring a little bit, and that's all you really got to do to it. So to keep a nice looking plant.